Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So today I got a couple downloads. I was actually told I'm not going to do videos. They're like, just rest, do whatever, do your thing, and then boom, downloads. So this one, what did they do? Well, it came through music, and in the message, ooh, I feel it. It's all heart-centered. And so they kind of showed that someone, for the longest time, they weren't able to see. They weren't able to decide. It's almost like the gift of vision wasn't working. And your intuition was all muddled. But it's because you weren't supposed to see something in the future. You were supposed to decide it. So it was all a bunch of heart work. And so what did I feel? I felt so much love. I heard that you finally made a heart decision. And because you made a heart decision, that's when everything flipped. And so what songs came out? I heard Heart of Gold by Neil Young. And then, nope, that one's with the next one. It was, oh man, I can't remember. It was just a bunch of heart songs, but the Neil Young one is the one that kind of stands out the most. And yeah. Let's just shake up the messages, shake up the cards, and see what else wants to come out. Because I heard there's now forward momentum, because you weren't supposed to predict or understand and wait for the future to happen. You go out and create it. You made a decision. And because you finally made a decision, all the guides are like, finally, now things are unfolding. So, yay. I heard, okay, so this one came out. What does it say? Faith. And so she's sitting there on her little turtle, but above it is like this heart. And then I heard, welcome to Earth, third rock from the sun, right? You're here to create the experience that you want. You're here to share your heart and love those who fill up your cup. Who do you love? What do you love? What do you want to go do with your heart? It doesn't have to be a person. It could be anything. It could be, I love creating art. I love, and you know what? Okay. So I did shake up the cards before just to get a little bit of insight. And let me show you the cards I'm actually using. Usually I say that. So we're going to use the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. And we're going to use the Quiria, the Magician's deck. So when I did this one, when I shook up these ones, the Hero's card, the Hero's Journey came on. So it's like, I have this purpose, I have this something that I gotta do, I've got this destiny, right? I have to follow my life purpose, but it's not like it's planned out for you, that you have to go out and like, it was, you know how we always say like, you kind of created your contract before you came here, and you had things that you wanted to do and purposes that you wanted to fulfill. Well, in this, I feel like someone just kept waiting. When's the right time? When's the right time? And then didn't realize, like, I think, oh, it was that reading where it's like the door's shut, the map's gone. Like, there is no, it's not a thing. You go do whatever you want now. You're all willy-nilly out here in this world. And so that's what it was. It was like, there was no real purpose or destiny. It was for you to make a choice at, you come here, you have lessons, you meet people, you do all these things that you love and that you don't love, and you make decisions. And so it seemed like this person was a very logical person, and they didn't use their heart much, but the heart wants what the heart wants. And so I shook up these ones, and I got the Hero's Journey. Now the journey happens because your heart has a purpose. But what I think is really cool, so the first one to come out was that Faith card. And then we had Healing come out in reverse. There's that golden snake. The golden snake has been coming for a while. There's a masculine on here. And does he look serious? There's two frogs. And when I think of frogs, I think of how cool frogs are, able to live in the water and on land. So there's something to do with like this and that, this and that. You got choices. So then the next one to come out was the Hero. So that's, I was like, oh yeah, I pulled that Hero card just for shits and giggles. So there's this podcast, I think they're like from England or something like that, called The Shits and Gigs. Frig, are they funny? I love watching them. And cool. Oh yeah, someone was totally in their head and they were being stupid. And by being stupid, they kind of blocked their healing journey and they realized, man, I've stayed the same the whole time. I haven't done any progress because, well, I didn't know what I want. I couldn't make a decision because I just wanted everyone to tell me what to do. And then I would go do it and I wouldn't feel fulfilled. And here I am at the end of the day feeling lonely. And finally it was like, wait a minute, why don't I go do what I want? And you did. So with that came the healing. And let me show you the rest of the cards. Hey, it came out again. The Path of Hercules. I feel like that's the hero's journey. So we got the hero's card, we got that. I feel something. What do I feel? Excitement. I don't feel like this person ever had psych. I wanted to say I haven't felt like this person's had excitement for a while, but I said psych. So I almost see like something like, psych. Oh, back to the healing, right? The frogs can go in the water or on land. And they're like, I'm gonna dive in the deep end. Psych. Psych. And they just keep putting their toe. So let me show you all the cards because I'm gonna jump around. I'm gonna do whatevs. So then the next one to come out is 9 of water. So 9 of water would be 9 of cups. And there was a heart there. There's a heart somewhere. There's a heart right there. You can barely see it, but it's there. Okay, so we had healing, we had 9 of cups and the heart. We have the hero over there, following that fire ignited. There's lots of fire energy on that. Fire and water don't really kind of blend, but they are so mutually entwined, right? A nice balance, right? If fire gets too out of hand, well, then you want water. And then this one came out, and this one is air, I believe. It was in reverse. And so this one was in a reading the other time, and I thought that was a cool reading. That was about letting go. Oh, there was like this feminine energy in this story, and that feminine used and manipulated and did things. I don't feel that energy incorporates into this at all, but I think a piece of that story does. Because in it, do I still have my book here? Nope, I don't. I put it away. But there was this temple. And where was this temple even? I can't remember where it was located, but it was called Borobudur. And it had like all these, it was like almost like a pyramid that went up to the sky. And then on the top, there was this circle, and then there was 72 stones, and then a pillar. And that pillar was kind of like to the heavens. It's your ascension path up. And so in the story, they put all their like bricks and everything in this corner, and it never built up. They never, I almost see like, you know, you're a kid, you're something, and you're supposed to go out on your adventure, right? Live life, become an adult, have your lessons, and keep growing. But so in this one, I'm seeing someone stay as a child. Not really healing, because there's those frogs again. When I think of frogs, I think of fertility. This was in reverse. So I feel like someone, rather than growing up and following their heart and like completing the cycle of this ascension, kind of like building brick by brick by brick, up, the frogs are showing me that fertility, children, someone staying childish. And yeah, there's a whole nother frog on here that I never even saw. So I only saw this one and I saw this one, but now this one is talking to me, and this one's like clinging to its staff. So let me see what the staff wants to talk about, because on the staff is that golden snake. And in a couple readings, there was like in one of them, it was a golden snake, and it was all about kind of ego. It was like, I'm the king of the jungle, but it was such a tiny one. But then the one and the card beside it was this huge snake that had like shed and transformed, and it was like kind of like ethereal. It was like transcended is what we'll say. So what about the snake and that? They say we'll find out later. Hopefully I remember that insight and come back to it. But then, okay, so those are all the ones from the Dreams of Gaia. And then we pulled out the Magician's one. And so the very first one to come out, they both came out at the same time. And I think, how fitting. So the first one was Imprisoner. And that was landed on the side where the healing was in reverse. Someone kept themselves bound and trapped to something karmic, right? Just didn't want to take responsibility. And mostly what I see is like this person, as I mentioned earlier, they're more reactive to life. Well, this person made this choice and I had no say, right? And I just did what they wanted. And it's like, well, no, you have free will. You're a sovereign being. You make your own choices. You can't blame all this life lessons and things because the next one to come out, oh yeah, this one was with it. Okay, the next one to come out was Idiot in reverse. So I feel like someone was really stupid in the past and they just wouldn't take accountability. And finally, oh look, there's like a cat biting him. He got bit, right? Would you bite the hand that feeds you? And I feel like this person, from not making choices, they're literally sitting in a place that's on fire. And they're getting bit. And they're like, this is nice. And they're like, well, I had no choice. I'm a victim of my circumstance. And Spirit's like, you were never a victim of your circumstance. You had free will to make choices. And by you not making a choice, you're the one that decided to imprison yourself in this, whatever it is happening. And then finally one day, they're like, shit, everything's on fire. I'm an idiot. And this person's getting bit by the past choices they made. Everything's on fire. Nothing's working right. And so within that, that's where I think this one came out. It says, Uriter. And look at that. These two came out at the same time. So I feel like someone finally is like unraveling things and kind of going back to themselves. They look at their wings. They have these beautiful wings. They were meant to fly. They were meant to soar. They were meant to go on such great adventures and things like that. But they never got to do it because they never took accountability for their own life, their own choices and actions. And so I think by not making a choice, they got burned. And that getting burned, when I look here, look at all the wings in the background. The wings came out first. I think that's it. It's like you're in a cocoon, you're kind of in this thing, but your wings keep growing and growing and growing. So I'm feeling like this is an earth angel, right? This is someone who is pure of heart, but they got scared. They really liked not making decisions, right? I go do what people tell me to do and I do it so awesome. And what am I seeing? It's almost like if I do it so awesome, that like they could brag about that. But it's never anything that they chose to do or wanted to do. And so at the end of the day, not feeling fulfilled. And yet the wings kept growing and growing and growing. It wanted expansion. It wanted to break free, to bust loose. And so now I'm seeing the snake as like Kundalini energy. And Kundalini is more like, kind of starts in like the root chakra. It's like a sexual energy. So a lot of people use lust and things like that. And then they go out and sleep with people and they kind of waste that energy. But if you channel that energy and you use it, it can be very healing. So I find that fitting that it's on the healing card with the frogs that have fertility and those things. And so the main thing, right, the wings are free. But then with the mouth, I see that you're supposed to always speak up, that this person just didn't have the ability. So I almost feel like they choke on their words and stuff. And so in this healing process to actually speak, I feel like apologies, it'd be hard to apologize. It will be hard to say what you want and what you actually need. It's a very chaotic situation here, right? There's all this thunder, there's all this. So I almost feel like a storm within, right? Things were all on fire outside, but there's a storm within. and this storm, like you couldn't avoid it. You can embrace the storm. You are the storm. But this storm is freeing you up, because whoever this was, it just was never who you were meant to be. Because you're a hero, right? You're of this light. You're fiery. You're passionate. What does this one want to say? Okay, so a couple things. I was drawn to the bear. And then on the side, I kind of saw like two warthogs, like protection. I see like the tusks and like defensive. I see that that's really important, to be fierce. But in the mind is very peaceful and lovely. And then I was drawn to the two green earrings. And what are these crystals? They're showing me preonite. And what about that? It's just showing heart healing, because there's too much fire. And then the heart is fire energy. And so the heart needs a little bit of soothing, which brings it back to this water card, the 9 of Cups. So 9 is like emotional fulfillment. This person didn't have emotional fulfillment. They were trapped. And because of that, they didn't get to have that healing energy. The heart was wounded. And because they didn't have any heart in anything they did, it's like all their allies, would you bite the hand that feeds you? No, they're biting you, is what I'm kind of getting. So then I saw that. I saw it kind of like finally this storm happening, and then this fire within, but then being calm and balanced, having a beautiful mind. And then I got drawn to the peacock in the third eye, and it kind of showed me that in the past, right, because it's supposed to have that sunflower, that illumination, but in the past with the peacock, it kind of shows me that this person was kind of always peacocking. Remember how they said, people tell me what to do, so then I go do it, and I be the best at it. And so it kind of like pumped up their ego, and they were like peacocking, like, I'm the best. And I feel like outside superficial things might have mattered, how people view you. Do I mean it as looks and things? No, but like when people perceive you, like, man, that person's got all their stuff together. But inside being really childish, kind of, like not, stunted, because you never got to go on your hero's journey to actually like be your authentic self and go out and be fiery and do those things. Because the heart wants what the heart wants. And this person never used their heart. And so when it busts open in this fiery thing, I think that it kind of landed by, there's that sun, and like there's a sun kind of coming in. That's higher self. But this person hasn't seen for the longest time. As I said at the beginning, it's almost like their intuition, their guidance, their everything was not working. And it's because it wasn't meant for you to actually be like, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Guides, tell me what the next step of this process is. It was like, you need to wake up and tell us what you want to do, and then we will prepare it for you. And so this person, they still can't see. I don't feel like that, because, well, they've been trapped a really long time. So there is a lot of this undoing, unhealing, this fire, this rage, this kind of things are coming up. So I feel like there might be things to come out that are negative or mean or spewing. It's hot, it's fiery, right? It's like that bear energy. And then it's a little bit healing. I see these ones with each part that kind of comes up and out. It's like filtering and clearing the mind, because I feel like the mind always told this person, you gotta be a good boy, you gotta be a good girl. I felt like saying boy because of this one. I feel like this is the most important card for some reason. There's a lot of masculine energies on these cards. The Idiot's a masculine. This like angel, this one in the past reading was like seraphim energy. This one's a masculine energy. We don't know what these ones are. But then in the middle, we have faith. And then this one also is a feminine energy. So the masculine energy kind of outweighs the feminine in this reading. So I think I'll say more masculine, but here's the thing. Energies are interchangeable. You have both within you. And fit the story how it best suits you. And then, yeah, so I see that. I see this fire within. I see like rage. I see all these things. It's uncomfortable to undo everything, to undo every bandage, because each one that you wrapped yourself up hurt your heart. There's so much healing to do for the heart. That's why it's in reverse. It's going to take a while. But by you stepping into your hero energy, it starts the path to Hercules. Oh, damn. Now I hear Hercules, Hercules. But you know what? I get a lot from that cartoon. I haven't watched it. I feel like I should watch it because I always get Newt. I get like Pan energy. And that was all about fertility as well. There's something to do with fertility. Anyway, so you go off on this quest. And this quest, I think, it's all blue. And so it will bring you emotional fulfillment. But there's so many emotions that you have to go through on this. So this one now brings me back down to the Idiot. And the Idiot reminds me of the Fool card in the tarot. So it's a brand new start. You had gone and done everybody's little whatever that was that kept you wrapped up and in a loop and not feeling yourself. And you bust out and now you gotta go on your fool's journey. You're not an idiot. Like, well, I wouldn't want to be the idiot because like in this one, he's sitting in a building. But on the Fool, it's your heart is leading you on an adventure. But the mind is the thing that's telling you where you want to go, how you want to go. You tell spirit, you know what? This is what I want. And they're like, finally, you made a choice for yourself for once. We're so tired of you just doing what everyone else wanted you to do because that was never your purpose, never your plan. At the beginning, we said that there wasn't something like that, but we knew who you were on your like blueprint. We knew who you are at your heart. We gave you these characteristics and these personalities, and you shoved them down and shoved them down and shoved them down. And so they're gonna come up. They're gonna come up, and I feel like this journey might be a little bit. I see. Okay, it's the blue. It's gonna be such an emotional thing, but you have to start it off alone because I feel like everyone else told you what to do and you made the choice of what everyone else to say, so they can't go on the journey because they're going to want to keep you where they've been benefiting, right? What do you mean you're going to go follow your own hopes and dreams? We benefited from you. You did all the work and we sat back and got the benefits. So you go off on the journey of the Fools and there's like 78 cards. Well, in the Major Arcana, there's not. But until you get to the World card, the end, the completion. But along the way, you're going to meet all these different people, all these different things. And it's like, that's why I feel like that energy is childish. I feel like we're going to say a grown man in this story, a grown woman, but still a little bit immature because you have to go through each of these phases. And each of these phases teaches you a lesson and tests you and tests your belief and tests your heart. Right? And then you're going to meet the Empress, you're going to meet the Emperor, you're going to meet the High Priestess, the Hierophant, you're going to meet the Devil, and realize that you can face that and you can get through it. You're going to make your way all the way to the Moon card. The Moon's going to show you illusions. You're like, I thought that this was it. And you're like, ha, tricked you. But then you're like, okay, so what is this teaching me? It's going to teach me how to get to the Sun card, which is the brightest card. And there is sunshine here. There is sunshine here on the Have Faith card. Yep. And then you're gonna get to the world. You're gonna complete whatever it is that is your goal, your mission, your heart's purpose. And no one could tell you what it was. It's just you have to go out and do it. You gotta go do the damn thing. And I'm excited for you. I see that you're kind of in this struggling of like letting go, but like the wings have bust forth. And like I feel like you can't pretend anymore. It's like things have been exposed and things have been burnt down, and now the healing starts. And then the healing is right by the fulfillment. But the fulfillment doesn't go until you finally do your own journey, do your own calling. What is your hopes and your dreams? What is your goals? What is it that you want to do? Tell the universe and they will make it happen for you. So with that, we'll leave it there. Have a good day and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.